Skin this soft, this delicate, and sensitive needs to be well cared for. And it's so nice that you can nourish it in a way that only nature can. Baby bee lotions and moisturizers from Burt's Bees are made with nature's finest ingredients. The lotions are filled with sunflower oils, shea butter, and buttermilk, and they're free of things like parabens and synthetic fragrances, so you can use them every day and know your baby's getting some of nature's best. You get that wonderful, loving touch with your baby just before bed, and your baby stays soft and smooth all through the night. Their multi-purpose ointment is 100% natural. They call it petroleum-free baby love because it helps soothe your baby's skin and doesn't irritate. It also has many other uses like moisturizing and softening. Babies get the care they need so moms can rest easy. These nourishing lotions and moisturizers are great ways to nurture your baby naturally, just like nature intended.
And these are such a cool, fun experiment. Kids love these. And basically, we're going to make something that you just smush up in your hands, dries out, and when you drop it in your bath, it fizzes. And it distributes this wonderful scent and some oils to make your skin wonderful and soft. And they're so super, super easy to make. So you guys ready to get started?
Yep.
All right. For this experiment, we need 1 cup of baking soda, a half a cup of light oil. We're using baby oil today. Hi, I'm Mary Porter Green from Curiosity Zone. Today we're doing really cool science experiments that you can do at home in your kitchen with your kids that actually make great holiday gifts. For our next experiment, we're going to make bath bombs. And these are such a cool, fun experiment. Kids love these. And basically, we're going to make something that you just smush up in your hands, dries out, and when you drop it in your bath, it fizzes. And it distributes this wonderful scent and some oils to make your skin wonderful and soft. And they're so super, super easy to make. So you guys ready to get started?
Yep.
All right. For this experiment, we need 1 cup of baking soda, a half a cup of light oil. We're using baby oil today, but you can use any kind of oil that you have in your cupboard, including corn oil, frankly. I know that sounds gross, but it works. You're going to need a cup of citric acid. That can be kind of hard to come by, but they do often have it in the grocery store in the canning section. But you can use any kind of oil that you have in your cupboard, including corn oil, frankly. I know that sounds gross, but it works. You're going to need a cup of citric acid. That can be kind of hard to come by, but they do often have it in the grocery store in the canning section, or you can always buy it online. You're going to need half a cup of cornstarch, and you're going to need something to make your bath bombs smell great. Today we're using peppermint extract, which you can get in the baking section, or you can use any kind of essential oil. And then finally you need whatever color that you want to make your bath bombs. Today we're going to be using a green food coloring to make them look like minty green bath bombs. So to get started, pour your 1 cup of baking soda. You're basically just going to combine all your solids first. So 1 cup of baking soda, 1 cup of citric acid, half a cup of cornstarch. Then we're going to take our baby oil and we're going to add the coloring that we want to use. So we're using green food coloring today to make our minty fresh bath bombs. It actually is kind of cool the way that it doesn't, it forms little globules in the oil. There's always something interesting to be learned when you make these little science projects. And then finally we're going to add some of our extract to make it smell fabulous. And you know, you just do it to smell. That was probably about a teaspoonful. We're going to stir this up. And then we're going to add this to our mix. It looks almost like icing. And we're going to stir. And make sure you stir this with a spoon because you wouldn't want to get this food coloring on your hands until it gets all soaked into the solids. And then you can play with it with your hands. So we're going to mix and mix and mix until this becomes a crumbly but squishy mixture. Basically what we're doing here is mixing up an acid and a base together in a mixture. Now normally an acid and a base will react because they try to neutralize each other. But when you put them together in this kind of format, you need to put them in a solution before they actually start to interact with each other. That's actually how Alka-Seltzer tablets work. You drop them in a solution into water, and the water begins to dissolve the ingredients, and the ingredients then start to react and create those bubbles. And the bubbles are actually carbon dioxide gas, which is the gas that we all breathe out. So that's basically what we've created here, is kind of an acid and base paste. And probably most of you know how to do an acid and base volcano in your kitchen, right? Mixing up some vinegar and some baking soda and maybe a little bit of soap and some food coloring, and you can blow up all kinds of cool volcanoes. This is like that, except you're making a little paste ball that's going to dry out, and then when you put it in water, it's going to bubble. So let me give you guys some of this mixture in your bowl so that you can start making a giant bath bomb. It feels pretty neat, doesn't it? Now, there are a couple different ways you can actually make your bath bombs. One way that we've done it is just to smush it into a ball, which is the simplest way of all, of course. Another way we've done it is to do kind of a fancy thing by making it different colors, and then you smush it into, we used a petri dish. You could use any sort of lid that you have in your kitchen and make it into, press it into a circle, and then you can wrap it once you've finished and make it look like a little candy, and actually smells like a little peppermint. And basically, once it's dried, and you want to leave it on the counter to dry for maybe 2 or 3 hours, overnight's even better, and then the next morning you should be able to pop it out, and it'll look just like a solid bath bomb. So many different ways you can do this. You can also smush it into a cookie cutter and let it take form that way. But what we're going to do with these guys is we're actually going to make a ball around a little toy. And that way, when the bath bomb goes off in the tub, it leaves behind a cool little toy. So what you want to do, Tyler, actually, is take this and smush it all around the toy so the toy is hidden inside. See how that works? And then when we drop it into water, once it dries out, we're going to drop it in water, and out's going to pop your ducky. Isn't that cool? The other cool thing that you can do with this material is you can add the crumbles to a little bit of Epsom salts. And when you do that, you create a wonderful fizzy bath salts. And you mix this all up nice and crumbly with your hands. And what we did is recycle some old sandwich bags. We just chopped off the Ziploc top, and then we